Alright, this is a video to show the kind of saving and loading. It's not proper saving, well, it's the first step to saving and loading. It keeps persistent data between scenes about the game object state, the constructions, the loot containers, and the triggers. So we take a construction out of the bag, build it here, it will store that. The other thing is it stores the state of some game objects as long as they've got this script persist active status. That way, if you disable the game object, when you load the scene, it should remember that. So if we end that, it will now save down here into a new type called scene data. Scene data has a list of constructions, a list of loot containers, a list of triggers, and a loot of things with the persist active status flag on them. So one of these is a bed that was disabled, and one of these was left enabled. This keeps track of what's in loot boxes. So this is a list of IDs. Instead of storing the actual the items, it just stores the ID reference. So then it can look up what number 2 is and then instantiate that. -1's just it means empty. The other ones are pretty straightforward. Constructions just holds the XYZ position and the Euler angles and a prefab so it can rebuild what it was. And trigger data just holds the triggers that make camera events and things that when you interact with the world. There's none in this safe house scene, so I can't really show it. Then triggers can be set so you can make them go every time the level's visited or just once. And there's a setting on the trigger themselves that controls that. This loading time's really not reflective of normal. It got all this stuff open. So this is the tutorial 4 scene. I've just loaded it because it's fairly quick. I'll show you here you can loot an entire object. It will hide the icon. Oops. So then when you return, that icon shouldn't even pop up. And then now I've finished that tutorial 4 scene. Well, I've gone back to loading safe house, and there should be new scene data for it saved in on the manager's game object here. Okay, so at scene 2 we can see the bed that got disabled is still disabled, the one that was enabled is still enabled. The construction's still there, and if all went well, the loot is the same minus the horse statue. So then we can go back here. It's all still saved. And we've also got data on tutorial 4. So because it only saves the data once it's been loaded once. And you can see this is a scene with 0 constructions, 3 loot things, and 1 trigger. Because it's an exit trigger, it'll probably be set to work every time you visit the level. Because it may be that if it's not set right, there's no way to exit the level once you go back to it. So just, while that's on my mind, see if we can have a look at that. Alright, so all going well. Yeah, so the loot icon here has been removed because you, huh, it's odd. Um, it's detected there's nothing left in there, so it doesn't even show the icon, while leaving the inspect icon alone, which I think is handy. And then, oh, I must have set the prefab so the trigger. Oh, I think that trigger itself just never gets an activated status. So that's about it, really.